Automobiles, such a convenience in everyday life. Life's so much easier since their invention. Maybe you have one, maybe you have more than one. Most of us do. Parked out in the street, in your lot, in your garage, wherever it may be. If you own one, you know what I'm talking about. To be clear, today we are not talking about the self-driving or the electric versions, but instead, as of the making of this video, the most popular and the most common, which being the combustion engine automobile. What are they? Where'd they come from? Who invented them and how they evolved? All these questions and more will be answered in today's video, so stay tuned. What is a combustion engine automobile? Well, it's defined as a vehicle which uses an internal combustion engine to generate power. The type that burns fuel, mostly diesel or gasoline, to create the energy used to move the vehicle. The cylinders of the engine convert the chemical energy in the fuel into mechanical energy. This then propels the vehicle forward. Origins. The origins of the combustion engine vehicles we all know, love, and drive today can be traced back to three men: Carl Benz, Gottlieb Daimler, and Henry Ford. Carl Benz, a German inventor and engineer, is widely credited as the creator of the first automobile in 1885 and 1886. He not only developed but also built the Benz patent motor wagon. This has been considered the world's first automobile. His Benz patent motor wagon was a three-wheeled vehicle that was powered by an internal combustion engine. Key features of his invention included: number one, a combustion engine, of course; number two, a three-wheel design instead of the modern-day four-wheel design; and number three, various mechanical components like a carburetor for air-fuel mix, a crankshaft, and a differential. Most of these parts are still found on today's modern cars and trucks. This vehicle, however, did not run on gasoline, not as we know it today, but rather it ran on the precursor, like Rowan. This is a petroleum-based solvent. Although it was similar, it was not identical to modern-day gasoline. Gottlieb Daimler was a German industrial designer, engineer, and inventor who also played a major role in the combustion engine automobile's creation. In fact, while collaborating with Wilhelm Maybach, he created the first four-wheeled automobile with an engine powered by gasoline, paving the way for what we know today, what we know and use today. Also called the motor wagon, it featured a single-cylinder, four-stroke engine. Not only was he the creator of the first four-wheeled gasoline-powered vehicle, but interestingly enough, he was also the inventor of the very first motorcycle. Of course, lastly, we have Henry Ford. Henry Ford was an American businessman and industrialist. Not only was he the founder of the Ford Motor Company, which is still in existence today, he's also credited with creating the moving assembly line. This revolutionary method of mass creation allowed Mr. Ford to create automobiles that were affordable for the average person. Having created two automobiles of his own, his Ford Model T, designed to be more affordable than his Ford Model A. The difference being the Ford Model A, produced from 1927 to 1931, bore a more modern appearance, had multiple color options, and a curved windshield. It could reach speeds of around 65 to 70 miles per hour and was equipped with a four-cylinder engine. Whereas the Model T, which was produced from 1908 to 1927, had a flat front windshield, was black in color, and had a simpler design. It featured a less powerful four-cylinder engine a 2-speed planetary transmission and reached max speeds of only around 45 to 50 miles per hour. But why? Why create it in the first place? Well, the automobile was created to address many key aspirations and needs, eventually leading to its evolution from experimental to the popular mode of transportation we know and love today. Before its invention, people relied on either walking, carriages, or horses to get around, all of these being relatively slow and limited. Emerging during the Industrial Revolution, inventors like Benz, Ford, and Daimler recognized the potential of internal combustion engines and mechanized transportation, and their potential to transform society. In a nutshell, the automobile's creation was driven, no pun intended, by the combination of economic needs, social demands, technical innovation, and humanity's aspirations for greater mobility, connectivity, and efficiency. Given their popularity and their widespread access, it's an understatement to say that automobiles have many common uses. In fact, here are 5 common uses for automobiles today. Commuting. Today, automobiles are widely utilized for commuting to school, work, grocery trips, and many other regular and necessary activities. Getaways. Both families and single folks alike regularly use automobiles for getaways, be they weekend trips, holidays, vacations, or whatever floats our boats. Automobiles get us there and bring us home safely. Carpooling. Any soccer moms watching will understand this one. In order to save trips, help one another out, save on gas, whatever the case may be, many people are electing to carpool. Carpooling being where multiple people share a ride from 1 or 2 individuals all going to a common destination, be that work, sports events, whatever the case may be. Specialized events. Automobiles are regularly utilized to attend special events, i.e. parties, weddings, religious ceremonies, and graduations, just to name a few. Moving and relocation. In this case particularly, SUVs and trucks, usually rental, are commonly used to help us transport our belongings from one residence to another. This also allows us to move greater distances in less time than our forefathers' generations. Although pretty much nobody likes to help move, automobiles are always there to help at the blink of an eye, even when humans are not. Clearly, automobiles have many benefits. In fact, here are 5 benefits of automobiles in today's society. Number 1, supply chain and delivery. Trucks, typically 18-wheelers, allow truckers to move society-sustaining supplies like food and fuel to stores. In America, we call this the just-in-time delivery system. These can then be purchased by consumers, and this in turn keeps the economy and the country running. Definitely a benefit. Number 2, emergency services. Automobiles allow first responders, your police, your firefighters, your paramedics, ambulances, to quickly and effectively do their jobs to help and protect the rest of us. Without automobiles, it still may be possible to respond to emergencies and to enforce the rule of law, but it would definitely not be to the same standard as it is today. Number 3, job creation. Automobiles provide a wide range of employment opportunities, such as your DoorDash, Uber Eats, or other delivery services. They also create others, such as factory jobs. because someone has to build them after all. Well, at least until AI takes over that role for good. Number 4, convenience. Automobiles provide the convenience of being able to get up and go at any time you please. Tasks and other errands are typically easier and faster to complete. This thanks to the horse being replaced by horsepower, if you get what I'm saying. Number 5, improved transportation infrastructure. Such widespread use of automobiles has fueled the upgrading and expansion of things such as roads, highways, and bridges, making them wider, better, stronger, and safer. Also, new routes are constantly being created. These aim at cutting commuting time, in some instances by as much as half of the time. Just as automobiles have many benefits, they also have many drawbacks. In fact, here are 5 drawbacks to automobiles in today's society. Number 1, vehicle breakdowns. As convenient as our lovely automobiles are, they still require upkeep. We have all driven past someone stuck on the side of the road, having a mechanical issue. Hell, some of us have even been that person. Wear and tear is a very real thing. Fluids need changed out, parts wear down and need replaced. All this in addition to the fact that the price tag for any work needed can easily become too expensive and wind up breaking the bank. Number 2, accidents. Vehicle accidents are far too common. Even if no one is hurt, damage to our vehicles can mean damage to our lives. Be it carelessness on the part of either side involved, or something unavoidable, vehicle accidents are an experience in which everyone involved loses, at least most of the time. Number 3, outdated infrastructure. We have all driven over that pothole that is just way too deep that you risk knocking your car out of alignment by doing so, or driven across that bridge that probably should have been torn down and condemned ages ago. The one with so many rust holes that it looks like Magneto had a field day and won a ferocious battle using the bridge as a weapon. Like automobiles, the infrastructure created to accommodate them requires upkeep. And as we have all noticed, not every piece we come across has indeed been upkept. Though there are many that are, there are far too many that are just not, and therefore not as safe as they should be. Some roads are as smooth as silk to drive on, while others it looks and feels like trying to drive on the cratered surface of the moon, or on a devastating surface of an asteroid on its way to destroy the Earth. Number 4, gridlock/rush hour traffic. Wherever there are automobiles, there will be gridlock at some point, especially on interstates. This is that special time of day where it seems like everyone, and I mean everyone in the entire world, is trying to go the exact same direction as you are, at the exact same time. Commuting times draw out, and I mean draw out, like Michelangelo creating his next masterpiece type drawing out, taking much longer than usual. This is also the time where road rage incidents seem to spike. No surprises there. With everyone already on edge because of how slow things are moving, it seems like there is always some douche who ignites the powder keg of hostility by doing something stupid, like not paying attention to the road, or trying to cut you off when there's no space. And number 5, excessive cost. Here nowadays, purchasing a new vehicle is basically like taking on a second mortgage, and can involve excessive monthly payments. Not to mention, this is on a vehicle that starts losing value the minute you drive it off the lot, and I mean the very minute. Meaning it's no longer worth the original asking price, but you're already locked into a contract paying more than what it's now worth, even though it was just worth that like 2 minutes ago. Then there's monthly insurance, And since most cars now require full coverage, this is typically an additional few hundred a month. Then there are yearly tags, and of course the cost of upkeep and repairs. In some ways, automobiles are like a metal combustion engine black hole that completely sucks their own to dry financially, and I mean dry financially, just to keep it legal and on the road. But then they break down so that absolutely no cash escapes, kind of like nothing escapes a black hole in space. However, since they are a necessity, this system associated with them is allowed to continue to be a pain in the ass. And finally, since automobiles are not going anywhere, they definitely have a future. Here are 5 ways in which the automobile just may evolve. Number 1, electric vehicles. These are starting to pop up already. However, they aren't quite mainstream as of the making of this video in 2024. As countries move away from fossil fuels and towards clean energy, electric vehicles, or EVs, will start to phase out combustion engine vehicles and may eventually replace them entirely. Number 2, shared mobility. Things like subscription-based models and/or ride-sharing are expected to increase, therefore reducing individual ownership, and may even cause a shift in how people think about owning a vehicle of their own. Number 3, personalization and customization. On-demand manufacturing, modular designs, and customized interiors could allow for very personalized vehicles. These will be tailored to an individual's style, preferences, and needs, allowing the vehicle to become a metallic extension of an individual's personality and probably of themselves. Number 4, health and monitoring. Vehicles with health monitoring systems could track fatigue levels, overall health, and even vital signs. Talk about sci-fi. All this designed to enhance alertness and safety during driving. Number 5, self-driving vehicles. And last but not least, we have self-driving vehicles. This is another one that's already popping up, but is yet to become mainstream. Remember the old school movies where vehicles drove themselves? Well, that will one day become a reality. Slowly but surely, AI will replace the need for human drivers at all. Just get in, choose your destination, and let the robot do the rest. Hopefully it's safe. And there you have it, folks. Combustion engine automobiles in a nutshell. If you like the content of this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe, share the channel, as I enjoy making these videos, and also check out some of my other content if you're interested in, other technologies and the breakdown of those as well. As of right now, I've done AI and the internet, and I'm going to be working on a few more, so keep posted, keep watching. Thank you. Goodbye.